Well, a little bit of a shift in gears today, a sudden change, but I thought the guys did a pretty good job. I know Andy's the same way I am. You always worry about coming in here on the turf, but I do think they came in and played fast, so that was a good thing. But with that, I'll just open it up.
Steve, I know that Patrick's always a challenge, but it seems like he's kind of on it this past week.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so Patrick and I talk quite a bit. Like I'll ask him often, what did you see on that play? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? So it's good feedback from me. You know, he's one of those guys that's been in it long enough now that he's seen just about everything. Plus, he knows all our calls, so when we yell something out, I think it gives him an advantage. I think it was Rice was jogging off the field after he caught it and said something like, "Coach, I knew you guys were doing such and such," and I said, "You know what? When you go against each other every day for as long as we have now, that's why it'll be nice to get to Saturday to play somebody else."
Steve, with Antonio Pierce out here, just what does he provide?
Yeah.
You guys going so far.
Yeah, well, I think you guys probably know this. Antonio and I have been close for a long time. I went in '07 when I went to New York with the Giants. He was the Mike linebacker. The present-day version of Antonio Pierce is Nick Bolton now. And listen, it's guys like that, and obviously looking at Antonio and what he's like now, he became a coach. All the way to being a head coach. He obviously had that when he was a player. That's a nice thing to have when you're a defensive coordinator, a guy that's that cerebral. And I got a lot of respect for Antonio. I'm glad he came through. The guys are loving having him. He's giving them feedback from a player's standpoint, a coach's standpoint, a head coach's standpoint, and maybe we'll ask him about some Las Vegas Raiders stuff.
Coach, how do you feel about your unit going? It's just a preseason game, but how do you feel about where you are right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those guys that's never really satisfied with where we're at. I know we still got a lot of work to do. I think we still got to figure out some of the things the new guys can and can't do. That's kind of what I have my eyes on right now. I think the game will give us a little bit more info on that. Sometimes when you go against the same people all the time, you know, you get a little bit of an upper hand on both sides of the ball. So we're looking forward to this game.
Coach, Chris Wall has been a pretty versatile guy for you. Now it looks like he's getting a lot more time at safety.
Yeah.
How does his role kind of evolve, and how does it kind of compare to what you do with Shamari?
Yeah, very similar. I think that C. Rowe has kind of taken on that same role that Shamari has done for us. The interesting thing, if I go back to last year, this second year for C. Rowe is second, right? I think we had him at safety out of need last year and found out he could do those things, and then eventually he evolved to becoming a nickel. But he's made a lot. You guys, you've been here the whole time, and he's made a lot of plays. We look for production in our guys. I'd like to see him against another team, obviously. So look forward to see what he does against Arizona.
It seems like Gelati has hit his stride a little bit.
Yeah.
Last week. How are you seeing him?
Yeah, he's getting more. It feels like he's getting more comfortable with throwing him in there sometimes with the ones, so he's around Nick and he's around Chris and some of the other guys, and I think that gives him a little bit of confidence. I've been really impressed with what he's done to this point. Be interested to see him doing the game too.
What about Noah Williams too?
Yeah, he's on the same kind of trajectory. Listen, out on the edge in this business, that's tough duty. It does take some adjusting, and I think he's going through a little bit of an adjusting phase. I want to see him in some game competition, but it looks like he's an aggressive guy, and we like that first. So we'll see where the rest of it goes.
Last one.
Yeah, it's always, for me, it's like the basic one is tackling. Probably even before that, I would say block destruction. So I'm always going to be preaching, guys, let's find a way to get off blocks and tackle. The rest will take care of itself, and we'll build from there. But if we're not doing that in game one, then I'll be concerned. You got to go back to step one, et cetera, et cetera. So those would be the big things. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, good.
Thank you.
You have a lot of teammates who complimented your work ethic here at training camp. Why is it so important for you to continue to have that good high work ethic here?
Trying to win Super Bowls, man. It's the only way you get there, and I think it starts in the off season, and kind of when you get out here to St. Joe and you get in training camp, man, it really signifies like coming together, the chemistry, the culture that you need to have to keep getting better every single day, every single week throughout the year, and hopefully playing your best football by December, January, and February.
How's this
That's what
offense?
stands out about Patrick during just this camp for yourself.
I mean, kind of being away this offseason, coming back into training camp, just how fast his mind is moving. It seems like he's always a step ahead, and his arm is alive right now. It's fun to see him kind of know the play, know where he's going before the snap happens, and on top of that, just being a leader, man. Just being a leader and being our biggest fearless competitor, man. And he's really leading this team right now, and they're working hard and getting right.
Travis, what's impressed you most about this camp, especially with the young guys?
I guess just guys taking their game to the next level, man. Like Leo Chanel, like Noah Gray. Guys are really stepping up. George is out there running around, causing havoc, and a lot of these young guys, these rookies, are flying around, making plays, and it's just fun to see, the new mold and new makeup of this team.
How's this offense feel to you? I know we're only halfway through camp and preseason still got a lot of ways to go, but how do you guys feel?
Yeah, I mean, we got a long way to go. It's still, I think, close to a month until our first game, our first real game. We got some time to kind of work our techniques and test it out on some other teams here in the preseason. But right now, it's just the work phase, man. I'm not really kind of evaluating anything. We're all trying to just get right, get into football shape, and get mentally tough.
Was there anything that you were trying to do differently for this camp based on what you did in the offseason?
Nah, man, just once you're here, it's all about football, man. You eat, breathe, and sleep football, and you try and be there for the guys next to you, the new guys that are coming in, try and get them acclimated. And it really hasn't changed since I've been here, man. Coach Reed does a great job of putting a plan in place, putting a regimen in place to where it gives you a chance to succeed, and it gives you a chance to really get in there and find out what you're made of.
It seems like more guys are coming to you maybe now more than ever. How much do you embrace that and essentially being as close to another assistant coach as you could be just like in your career?
I mean, I've been lucky to be here. What is this, my 13th year now? Mm-hmm. I just absolutely love this organization. I love the team. I love all the coaches. I know just about every defensive coach as well as I know all the offensive coaches, and vice versa with the players and the staff in the equipment room. I have fun coming into work every single day, and what better way to get better than to make sure that we lean on each other. And if I can give somebody a word that makes them better on that specific route or doing that specific drill, man, I'm here for it.
Is there an example that jumps out from this year so far of a guy that maybe I didn't think I'd be answering this?
Nah, nothing I can think of like that.
Travis, in the past, you've kind of called this as a sanctuary.
Oh, yeah.
To be up here. Is that still the feeling?
Oh, it's always been that, man. I love it here. It gets me away from everything else that's going on in this crazy world. And, I think you can really just focus in on your craft and focus in on being the best you can for the guys around you, man. And football's always been the biggest, driving force I've ever had. So I love coming out here and focusing on this and getting better for another run and hopefully a Super Bowl.
And with that, does it give you any sort of feeling about how many more times you'll do this? Does that run through your mind at all while you're here?
Nah, man. You got to go through the dog days and enjoy it for what it is, man.
What have you seen out of Rashad Smith so far? Seems like he had a few explosive plays today.
Yeah, he had a bunch today, man. The guy that has all the athletic talent, man. And we love what we've seen so far in terms of his growth every single day. We're throwing a lot at him. There's a lot you got to do in the running back room, and I think he's going to keep getting better and better as these weeks go on, and you'll see it in the preseason games too.
Travis, you came in here such good shape. How do you feel out there in these practices?
Oh, we're rocking and rolling, man. It's training camp, so you're going to feel the soreness and the heavy workload that you're getting every single day, and the reacclimation to all the hitting and everything that you're doing. So that's going to come with it, but at the same time, man, it's you got to enjoy it for what it is and fight through that.
You mentioned year 13 in St. Joe, I guess. As you think back to year 1, year 2, what has it meant to see the program evolve into what it is today?
I mean, I think that gives me more juice than anything else, is the fact that we have created this culture, we have created this machine that when you do it the right way, it works, and you get to win football games because of it. And I think that alone kind of gives you the excitement that what we're doing here is special.
Travis, what have you seen from Robert Tonyan and Noah Gray again coming into this year?
Big Bob, man. Big Bob, he's been so awesome to have in the building since last year, and obviously over the offseason and everything. Known Bob for a while through the tight end world, and it's just a pleasure to have that guy in here, man. Always a high energy guy, always in a good mood and ready to play some football the right way, man. And if you've been out here, you've noticed how good Noah Gray's been, man. he's really taking it up to the next level, man. He's an absolute stud. And I don't think I've seen him lose a single rep yet, man. He's awesome right now, and it's fun to see him kind of take those next steps, getting higher and higher up on the board and becoming more accountable, man. Him and Pat are on the same page right now. It's fun to watch.
Travis, is the last game still in your mind? Or have you
Nah, man,
thought about it?
I've thrown that thing in the trash. I moved on.
When did that moment sort of occur for you?
I don't know. I thought it would happen sooner than you can imagine. I was pretty focused on this year in the offseason.
What impresses you about Josh Simmons so far?
Man, you know what? He's a tough guy, man. He's a tough guy. He's one hell of an athlete. You turn the film on, you watch some of the stuff he does with his body being 300 and whatever pounds he is and how powerful and explosive he is, man. It's fun to watch how great of an athlete he is. And it's cool to see him take the notes from Coach Reed and Coach Heck and Coach Corey in the O-line room and really just, try and perfect that professionalism and all the techniques that he's getting. So he's a hard worker, and you can tell this game means something to him, and it's been awesome to see him take the strides to get better.
Last one, Herbie.
Travis, you mentioned this is your 13th NFL season. You're about ready to enter it. If this is your last training camp in St. Joe, what is your fondest memory of camp here?
Man, ask me that when I retire. See you guys.
What stood out to you just about the first couple of weeks?
It's been great. First couple of days were hot, coming into it, but St. Joseph, you knew that was kind of expectation. But it's been great, coming back for year two, stronger, better, faster. Have a little bit more, development into the offense, so it's really helped me kind of progress from here.
What was your point of emphasis in the off season? Just
I would say work a lot more on my fullback role, special teams, but as well as keeping the running back side of me. I kind of talked about it last year, being a Swiss Army knife, kind of doing everything, but kind of taking that to the next step this year.
Carson, a lot of these guys get ready for their first preseason game. What do you remember about your experience preparing for that?
I was just kind of thrown into the fire, and that's basically what happens. And so just like last year happened, that's kind of, how I showed myself a little bit, and I'm excited for that, and hopefully I can do that again.
You mentioned working on the fullback role. Was that Andy's guidance to you, or is that something that you wanted to do?
Overall, I would say mine, just because having that, extra kind of tool in the bag to be able to do. I would assume that, that's something that he'd probably want me to do as well, blocking-wise, just because I'd never done that in, college. I'd done a little bit of blocking from that fullback, running back spot, but never, truly had done it.
Is this camp easier because you know what to expect? You weren't like last year when every day was new?
I wouldn't say easier. I would say the jitters are a little bit down this year. Last year you're coming into a football team who just won, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes are in, the same huddle as you working with you. Kind of being able to calm down a little bit, listen to the whole play this year as well. It's really helped me.
First preseason game on Saturday. What do you think is important for you to show in that particular game?
Just kind of like I was saying before, doing everything, big special teams role. We've talked about that as well. I'm not for sure fullback stuff's coming in or not, running back stuff, just whatever I can do to really support the team and hopefully win.
Is there one thing you're more comfortable with this year than last year?
I would definitely say the knowledge of the plays, especially, reading defenses more. Last year I was just trying to get the play down, and, hurrying, scattering out to, outside, inside, wherever like that. Now I'm able to read the defense a little bit more and to get a little bit more of knowledge of that, and it's kind of helped me slow things down.
Couple more, guys.
What have you seen out of the rookie class so far? It seems like a lot of these guys are going to have some decent playing time here. Things break a certain way. What are your thoughts on some of them?
There's some great athletes in this class. There's a lot of guys, kind of like Steele type of guys, kind of went under the radar here and there, but they've really showed out in camp, and I'm super excited for that. And they've really, kind of stepped up and not acted as a rookie. They really came in here, put in some work, and got to it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
I'm doing wonderful. Nazeeh, how would you assess how camp is going so far for you?
Camp is going good. Getting back in the swing of things. Coming off the injury, year 2 removed, feel a lot healthier. I'm making plays out there, so just enjoying it.
How different do you feel now? Obviously, last year coming off the ACL, you played a lot as the year went on. How different do you feel now with that knee compared to maybe how you felt even playing last year towards the end?
Oh man, I feel completely different. I feel like how I did in year 2. I don't even think about my knee. Last year I was dealing with my knee swelling and here and there. It just lingered on through the season, but now it's healthy. I feel normal. I actually feel better than I did prior to my injury.
How do you just evaluate last year for you personally?
Personally, I feel like last year was just a baseline. Granted, it's my first year ever playing corner in the NFL, and even in the game. So, and then coming off the ACL as well. So it was a lot of stuff going on, but I look at it as a baseline. I can only get better from there.
What was the guidance from Steve Spagnuolo and Dave Merrick for you personally as you approach the offseason?
They just challenged me. They was like, they need that dog back. Stop worrying about messing up. Be bold and be great. So I just took that in the offseason and just challenged myself. And why not me?
Is there a sense that you're feeling like you can play a little bit freer than maybe you did last year?
Yeah, I can play a lot freer. Last year I was just nervous. Not trying to make a mistake. Being the new guy in the room. At corner. So it's just trying to do everything right. But in reality, you just got to go out there and just play free, and that's how you make plays at corner.
Nazeeh, how would you assess the quarterback room so far in doing this game?
The cornerback room? I think we're competing. Everybody's has their own role in this defense, but Spags moves us around a lot, and he's just trying to figure out the chemistry. But we can't wait till K2 comes back out there. But he's always in the meetings and stuff. But yeah, it's a competitive room.
Okay, we'll just do a few more.
Nazeeh, is it important for you guys to understand all 3 different cornerback roles? Because it seems like there's a possibility of you guys being a little bit more interchangeable. Is that the sort of sense you're getting in these meetings right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to interchange us depending on, personnel packages and stuff like that. So all of us knowing the different roles from nickel to left, right corner, everything changes. But Spags is a mastermind at that, and it's hard for teams to really get a gauge on who's going to be playing where. So shout out to Spags.
Nazeeh, one of the things we've always heard throughout camp is how fast this wide receiver core can be. From your perspective, because you're actually lining up against these guys, how fast is this current crew?
Oh, they're fast. I mean, every time you see somebody going deep, we're always in somewhat a trail position because they're just so fast to get off the line. And one thing about receivers is they catch those deep balls down the field. They're going to give a lot of people headaches because they got speed all over the place from, Worthy, Hollywood, and then you got Thornton that's going crazy right now. So it's just speed. So I say everybody just warm up your hands because it's crazy.
Guys, you mentioned not thinking about the knee, but you injured it, I think, just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any flashbacks there?
Yeah, so that's the crazy part. I was talking to people, people were just saying, you're good. And, some things are out of your control. So I just took today as like, what, it happened. I don't think it's going to happen again, hopefully not. But I just came in here and just attacked it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.